The other day, I was learning with one of my students, and I offered him a cup of coffee. After I gave him the coffee, I asked him if he would like some sugar. And he said, no. I don't put any sugar in my coffee. He says, I want to tell you something. I used to have a lot of sugar in my coffee, like a lot. I used to have 9 spoons of sugar in every coffee. I grew up making coffee. I was drinking coffee since I was in 9th grade. And I just always thought that's how much sugar you put in. No one ever taught me how to make a coffee. Until I went to yeshiva. And one day I'm sitting in yeshiva, I see my other friends are making coffee, and they all put in 1 spoon. And I look at my coffee, I'm in shock. I knew I needed to make a change. So the next day, he goes to make his coffee, and he puts 1 spoon of sugar in. He takes a little sip and spits it out. It was so bitter, he tells me. I couldn't drink it. So he says, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to try 8 spoons of sugar. And he puts 8 spoons of sugar, and he was able to handle it. And then the next week he goes and he tries 7, but that was a little bit too bitter. So he goes back up to 8. Then he tries 7.5. A few days later he goes down to 6. And eventually he goes down to 0 spoons of sugar in his coffee. Real change, real tshuva can seem so difficult when you have to tackle so much at a time. But all you really have to do is take on 1 small thing. Take 1 step. Hashem tells us, when you make that small step, I'm going to help you. You're going to see me help you in ways that you never could have imagined. Things that you never dreamed you'll be able to accomplish. You will be able to accomplish. Hashem says, Pischi li Pesach kechuto shel machat. Open up for me a hole the size of a needle. Open up that hole, do something. And in return, Vani eftach lachem Pesach kibsucho shel ulam. And I will open up for you a hole the size of a large banquet hall because I saw you take that step. Studies show that most people fail to reach their goals because they're unrealistic. Don't go from 9 spoons of sugar down to 1. Just take 1 small step. You'll be able to make that change and become who you want to be.
Thank you for listening to the Guard Your Eyes Daily Chizuk broadcast. Pass them on to your friends and help spread Kedusha in the world.